Thank you for everyone for joining our webinar today. I know everybody has busy schedules and do appreciate your time and value your time. Wanted to thank you for joining us again for this session on why people are moving to cloud. So let me first introduce myself. My name is Rick Anthony. I'm the SVP here at Mastek. I've been implementing Oracle applications for well over 25 years. And I'm in the division here within Mastek that covers manufacturing, high tech, and construction engineering. Also with me today is Snehal, and I'll let Snehal introduce himself.
Absolutely. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Snehal, been with Mastek for about 17 years now. I'm based out of Scottsdale, Arizona. I have a lot of experience helping customer to implement Oracle Cloud applications, including transforming from e-business suite, PeopleSoft, SAP to Oracle Cloud. Really excited for the workshop today.
Thank you, Snehal. So our agenda, what we'll be covering today is lessons learned, move to Oracle Cloud with Mastek Glide, how our accelerators help you, and then a little bit about Mastek. Along with that, we'll be covering on who and why are people moving to Oracle Cloud. But I wanted to just go to lessons learned because this is probably the most important slide that we have in our session today. And this session is what we've learned. We've taken well over 90 customers from on-premise e-business to Oracle Cloud Fusion. And we've developed a streamlined process, which we'll get into. We've developed accelerators. But more importantly, these are the lessons learned that we've gained from moving customers to Oracle Cloud. And I'll turn this over to Snehal, and I'll join in.
Absolutely. So, to Rick's point, and I'll continue from there. We have done, I think exactly 97 projects where, customers using EBS for years and years, and we have helped them successfully to transform to Oracle Cloud application. And these customers have, varieties of background from different industry, different countries, different modules, different culture, different expectations, so and so forth. And what we have done here is summarized our learning and experience. And we really thought it is important to kick off this webinar by sharing some of the challenges we have observed. And obviously, we would cover, as part of today's session, how we could overcome these challenges. And there is a lot of content available with us, a lot of other information. So we can obviously get on a follow-up call meeting and discuss more. But let me start with first, and very important, right? Do not try and copy EBS. I have started my career as EBS consultant. I love EBS, great application. And if I'm using EBS for 10 years, 20 years, even I have customers, they have used EBS for 37 years precisely. It is very difficult to, change the way, I run my business. But Oracle Cloud application is a modern SaaS-based application. It has a lot of features, functionalities, far better and improved, in comparison to EBS. It has innovation, portion of AI, analytics, so and so forth. So when we kick off the journey of moving to Oracle Cloud application, it is important to have an open mind. It is very important to explore what Oracle Cloud offers, what better we can do. Obviously, the idea here is not to compromise on what you are doing today. but the idea is to explore with an open mind and leverage the great functionalities Oracle Cloud offer. We have seen, very interestingly, EBS to cloud vis-a-vis greenfield implementation, right? People coming from QuickBooks or from other small applications. The change management which is required in EBS is huge, huge, because people have a very clear and very strong expectation, and that's not very productive. It is really, really important to spend more time in readiness, even before you start your project, so that everyone is philosophically agreed that we have decided to implement a modern application, and let's get right return on our investment. Do not underestimate timeline. Uh, Obviously, I think now we all are more educated. There are a lot of customers on Oracle Cloud. We all have a lot of experience and understanding. But when we talk to our customer, lot of time we hear that, what, I think Oracle Cloud implementation is quick. It doesn't take time because it is on cloud. Uh, like EBS or other on-premise application, I am not going to spend a year of time or 9 months of time or 18 months of time. But that's not true. Obviously, technically speaking, you can do a lot of things quickly. We do not have to worry about infra installation, all of that. Absolutely agreed. But we are still trying to implement a business application. So it will take its time, where the business would try and understand, what Oracle Cloud offers, mapping the requirements, doing all other configuration, data migrations, reports, integration, training, testing. So all of that activities are going to happen. And I, very interestingly, Rick and I were debating to a CFO last month, and she was saying that, what, I want to go live first January 2024. Uh, and obviously, she has her right reason. But the point is, why to rush? Anyways, you are spending huge money here, so it is important to take your time, do it right, neat and clean. So plan your timeline well.
Absolutely. And with this, I always tell people is, both Snehal and I came from EBS background. I loved EBS. Now, the problem with EBS is it took quite a bit of time to implement because you were given a piece of clay and you molded that clay to your business. And you absorbed best practices, not generally by on purpose, but because that's how you function. And those implementations often took 3 years, 4 years. Now, with the advent of cloud, it's not going to take that long. It's not going to take that long. It could take, we've taken EBS customers to cloud in 9 months. We've taken EBS customers to cloud in 18 months. So it's going to be much shorter, but please respect the timeline to understand we're going to lead with best practices. So you're not going to copy e-business. You're going to implement best practices. And that still, we need to capture that configuration as we're implementing. So you definitely don't want to focus on timelines unless there is a urgent deadlines that you have to adhere to. Back to you now.
Yep. Uh, I think, by now we all understand that Oracle Cloud has its own methodology to implement. And it is very simple, right? And I'll just give one example. Now, when we start Oracle Cloud project, it is important day one, we start with product demonstration. It doesn't take time, like EBS, configure the product and do testing, do sample migration. That's not required with Oracle Cloud. So Oracle Cloud is more of a product enabled implementation where it is very, very important for us to evaluate and review what features the product offer. Change management, specifically, to my earlier point, if you are EBS customer moving to cloud, do not underestimate change management. And when I say change management, I'm not talking about training. Obviously, training is very, very important, but managing people, their expectations, so and so forth, is hugely important. And we must plan change management ahead of time. We have seen lot of situations, where project got delayed just because, the change management was not planned. And I'm not being generic here. I'm specifically talking about EBS to cloud migration. Customization. Again, if you are a EBS customer, most likely you have done customization. It's easy to do customization on EBS. At the same time, it is not difficult to do customization on Oracle Cloud application. There is a myth, right, where everyone says that you cannot do a customization extension on Oracle Cloud. Oracle offers PaaS, which is platform as services. You can deploy your small applications there, also integrate with Oracle Cloud application. In fact, I have an example to show. But the customization which you have done as part of your process in EBS, please plan them well. What do you want
Yeah,
to do? Ideally, yeah, Rick, you're saying something.
I was going to say on customization, we'll go through this example later. And there was an example of a customer that had well over 1,200 customizations that they had logged in their system. And what that meant to them was this is going to be a complex implementation. By the time we did our assessment to cloud, we had realized that there were a number of customizations that weren't used from their EBS system that didn't have to be replicated. And then there were a lot of other customizations that were actually best practices. So the new system was inherent in the product, so they didn't have to look at those customizations. At the end of it, those 1,200 customizations narrowed down to 80, and 90 of those were one application that we just wrote an extension for to help them. So, when you look at customizations, there is your secret sauce there. Let's figure that out. Can we accomplish that through best practices, or do we have to have an extension created for it? And we talk about that in the very beginning as a way to solution it. So there is ways to do it, and and Oracle has allowed that through the past.
Absolutely. Yep. Role security. Again, the way we configure roles in EBS, the responsibilities, menus, functions, it is completely different in Oracle Cloud application. So very important, right? Plan this as, one of your important activities. If possible, start from beginning, if you want to do some transformation in terms of changes in the roles and securities, uh, please plan that. There is also a way, to save a lot of money on license. And when I say this, I'll be very careful on Oracle Cloud applications. Mastek has approaches and lot of best practices, so customer could use Oracle license optimally. Feel free, reach out to us, and we will be more than happy to share our case studies. I have customers where they have spent, they have saved billions of dollar, obviously invested on different modules on Oracle Cloud licenses. New modules,
Yep.
Oracle. Oh,
I was
Very
going to say we have a question in the comments here. So this is from Brett Barnhart. Uh, I'll read this out. Feels like so many people think Fusion is an EBS upgrade, which is so far from the truth. We've a relatively heavy customized EBS solution, very challenging to change the mindset from this is how we do our business to this is how the application works. And this is why you need to understand the complexity of your customizations and your current instance. And in this assessment, it takes about 3 to 4 weeks, and it really helps to understand what those customizations are. And it really helps to change the user mindset on what their expectations are through this transformation. And yes, you have absolutely your secret sauce in how you do business, but understanding this is the best practices and we're going to try and get through that process. And that's where the change management comes in. And that's how we help our customers. We have a customer on the East Coast that went through its first HLA sessions and then actually went through their proof of concepts, their sessions were very well received, but the average tenure of the people at that particular location were 20 years. So change management was going to be critical in helping them understand that transformation. Do you have anything to add on that?
No, I think you're covered pretty well. Let me quickly, talk about two more points and then, we'll keep moving. It is very, very important, very critical that your partner, the SI you select, must understand both EBS and cloud. Uh, just Oracle Cloud experience is not going to help. Obviously, just EBS experience will not help because when we start, the design, the assessment, whatever, we want to call, until and unless I understand, how EBS is configured, and until and unless I can use the terminologies, so and so forth, it becomes very difficult to conclude on design. And that's where this is another aspect of change management. So we would highly recommend select a partner who understand both.
Yeah, and I would just want to give an example. We were brought into a situation for a rescue project where an e-business customer chose their incumbent partner that was managing their current EBS system to move to cloud. And unfortunately, cloud wasn't their expertise. And the go live date's been pushed 3 times now. And we've been brought in to help correct course. So I do absolutely recommend you choose the right partner for understanding both EBS and Fusion. And they should have accelerators put in place if they've done it enough times to understand how we can actually help you save money by implementing some of these accelerators during that implementation process. Thank you, Sam.
Yep. Last point, coexistence. So, that's again a interesting strategy you could adopt. Let's say if you are not comfortable to do a transformation in one phase, you could do a coexistence. So where, for an example, you plan to transform human capital management first on Oracle Cloud application, create a throwaway integrations, payroll to finance, um, your employee master to EBS, so and so forth. But that's also a very very important strategy which you should consider if full blown migration is not the plan. And we have a lot of examples where customer have done only HCM first, only EPM first, only supply chain planning first. So there are so many examples and so many variations available in the market, which you can obviously, leverage to plan your transformation journey.
Thank
All
you.
right. So
And before we leave this slide, I want to go back to Brent's point. what we've discussed here shows it is not an upgrade. It's not it's not, should never be looked at as an EBS to cloud as just an upgrade. It's a bit more complex, and this is why you need the understanding of a partnership with a SI that's going to help you through this process. Because while we may have pointed out some of these lessons learned, these were easy transitions for the customers if you've got that experience. So let's not, what I don't want to do is tell you it is going to be as easy as flicking a switch. It's not going to be that. What it will be is a bit of work, but with the experience that we've seen and we have, it could be a lot easier. So just want to pass that along before we go to the next slide and move off the subject.
Perfect. All right. So I think we have spent good time on challenges, and obviously we have lot of content and information. Feel free, reach out to us, and we would love to spend more time on that. Moving to the transformation framework which Mastek has created, we call it Glide. So Glide is a methodology which we use to help EBS customer to transform on Oracle Cloud application. This is not just bunch of slides. We have created number of tools which we use, and we will give you some example as part of today's session, which basically minimize your risk, bring a lot of efficiency, quality, not necessarily reduce the time, but the idea is to bring efficiency. Let me start with assessment. So assessment is first stage, very interesting. Let me go to next slide. So what Mastek have done is we have created a assessment tool. It's a proprietary tool which we have developed. We send this tool to our customer as part of the sales cycle. They would run the tool on their EBS environment, send us the information, and then we will create about 200 page of report for our customer, and this is completely free of cost. This report would obviously get information, such as what modules are implemented, features, customization, so and so forth. But we do not stop there. We also try and give you a lot of recommendation at this point. And this slide is an example. So key structure, how many ledgers in EBS, number of assets, books, so and so forth. So on left-hand side, first four columns are EBS, and last column is Mastek's recommendation. Please note at this point, we have not even spoken to your team, to your business, your user. This is everything is from the tool we have created. So the idea is, with assessment, you will be able to plan your transformation in great detail. What customization you could retire. This is the slide, right, where it will extract info, not just the name of the forms or name of the concurrent program. It would extract more information about the customization, the usage, whether you are running the reports, because it is very obvious we create thousands of custom reports, and out of 1,000, 20-30% are completely not used. So we will do all this cool analysis, present you the report, help you to understand how easy or difficult your transformation journey would be, as well as plan the roadmap, which modules you should do first. Not just that, if you also want to create a ROI business case, we will also help you to do that. Rick, you want to add anything on assessment or?
No, I think it's a critical part of it. I know there are other companies that do offer this type of assessment. They generally are a fee-paid service. Our assessments are iterative. It takes us, again, like I said, 3 to 4 weeks to complete, and you'll get a a much better understanding of what you're going to what your transformation journey is going to be. So it's going to deliver time frame, phasing, and costing to move to cloud. And I think before you decide to upgrade or stay on e-business, it's a great little tool to have completed so that you can make your plans for any type of cloud transformation in the future. So whether that be now or in the future, I think it's a great opportunity to take advantage of that assessment as it's free of charge as well.
All right, perfect. Let's keep moving. So this is another example of tool and assets which Mastek has created as part of the Glide program. And very, very important, very, very powerful. We are very proud of it. Uh, all customers, we present this. Everyone really feel really excited about it. We call it value-based delivery. The idea is very simple. We are 100% confident that your go live will be successful. There is no doubt. We have done EBS, we have done cloud, we have done EBS to cloud. We have in total, we have close to 1,300, Oracle Cloud customers globally, all modules. So we are very, very confident that go live will be successful. But for us, go live is not the real success. The real success is we want to show you the investment which you are doing on Oracle and on Mastek, what return are you getting? And we want to try and create a story which is tangible in nature. So by way of VBD, value-based delivery, what we have created is we have developed about, or rather we have created about 200 KPIs from different functions, right? Finance, supply chain, human capital management, all of it. This KPIs normally helps, or the KPIs we have categorized in 4 different category. KPIs for process optimization, KPIs for system adoption, information output, audit and compliance. And then what we have created, what we have done is using Oracle BI, we have developed about 450 analytics dashboard, which helps you to monitor the progress on the KPI. And let me give you an example. So let's say reduction in period closing cycle is one of the process or one of the KPI you want to improve by moving from EBS to cloud. Hypothetically, right? Today you take 4 days of time to close your month, and you want to reduce that 4 to 2. So what we do is, as part of our sales cycle, we will agree such KPIs. Normally we do 10 to 15, max 15, because we want to be realistic. So we agree the KPI, we also decide baseline and benchmark, and then we hand over this package to our project team. And our project manager will be responsible to track progress on this KPI. The team will identify task. Now, task could be anything, right? We may advise you to improve your business processes. We would leverage, some of the cool feature of Oracle Financial. So it could be anything and everything. And then once you are live, we will deploy dashboard like this, where you will be able to measure whether your period closing process have improved or not from 5 days to 2 days. Not just that, we also keep our final payment milestone on accomplishment of KPI. So whatever we have agreed in terms of baseline and benchmark in the sales cycle, till the time you achieve that, we will keep our final money on the table. So it is absolutely skin in the game, and we have seen customer taking 9 months, 12 months, after go live to accomplish the benefit of some of the KPI. And we have a lot of examples. System adoption, I was talking about change management. Again, we have seen people spending huge effort, lot of money, implementing sophisticated application, but they don't use it. They don't use it the way they have decided. So we also have a dashboard which helps you to monitor whether your application is being used, what features people are not using, what features people are wrongly using. This really helps you to plan training, improvement, so and so forth. Uh, and then there are a lot of other KPIs, contract leakage. I have very interesting recent example. A customer wanted to improve their onboarding process. So we were doing Oracle Human Capital Management project, a module called ORC, Recruitment Cloud. So they said, you know what, my onboarding process is bad. The new hire experience is not good. It is taking huge long time. I want to improve that. So we have agreed, done baseline benchmark, implemented Oracle Recruitment Cloud, and then deploy a dashboard where the CHRO is able to see that the onboarding process have improved. She has ran an independent survey to new hire. The experience is better. So we can do lot by using value based delivery as a concept and the approach.
Absolutely. And I just want to add to that and make sure that this was captured is, we talked a little bit about e-business and talked about the implementation cycle for e-business and it taking, 3-4 years, 5 years in some cases. And when that decision to go with e-business was made, people built a business case for it. They built what their ROI is going to be. And what transpired, though, is halfway through the project, people wanted their lives back and they've forgotten about the business case as well as their ROI. Again, with the advent of cloud, you're up and running 9 months, 18 months. And customers are now wanting a way they can measure success. What is good going to look like at go live? How are we going to measure success? Are we going to be processing invoices faster so that we can get paid faster? Are we going to be paying early so we can take advantage of discounts from our vendors? All these areas we can actually turn into KPIs. So you'll be able to measure from your business case that you're putting forward on why you should move forward with EBS to cloud. And we'll give you these KPIs. It is written natively within Oracle, so there's no additional charge or licensing associated with it. And just as Nahal has said, is we'll put our skin in the game. We believe so much in the product because going live is not just logging into your system and looking at Oracle. That's not success. Success is when you're able to measure that success. And we'll put skin in the game to say 10% of the total implementation cost will be tied to you achieving your KPIs. That's something that no other partners are doing out there. But we have the confidence in the Oracle product, but also in helping you to achieve success.
Yeah. And
Back to
Nikhil,
you, Stan.
Nikhil, I know you have a question. I think Rick has answered it partially, but we have some more slides to talk about it. So if that's okay, we'll just take a few minutes and answer your question completely. All right, data migration. So I was talking about Glide, and obviously, I'm not spending a lot of time on the methodology itself because we don't have time for that. What we have planned is to just talk about important assets. So this is another important assets which Mastek has created as part of Glide data migration tool. What it does is very simple. I will not get into technical details, but if I oversimplify, right, this tool will connect to EBS, extract the data, do transformation. So transformation is obviously of three nature. One is you transform data so that cloud can consume. Second is you want to clean the data. I have garbage in EBS and this is my opportunity to clean the data. So that's second. And third is I'm changing, let's say, chart of account. right? So I need to do mapping. So all three kinds of transformation or data cleansing, this tool will support. So you give the logic. This tool has a front end also, meaning you can log into the tool, you can give your logic to the tool, and it will do the job. And then once the transformation is done, it will migrate data to Oracle Cloud application. It will also give you reconciliation report. So this is, one of the, I would say most important tool as part of our Glide. It obviously saves time, bring efficiency, quality, reduce error, because, people spend huge amount of energy on data. And I'm not saying that's wrong. That's very, very important. But with the tool, your business, your IT will have time to learn application more, debate on requirements, improve their processes, so on and so forth. So this is another example. We have similar tools for custom reports, similar tool set for integration, as well as we have created a lot of pass extensions which are around Oracle applications. These extensions are by industry, so we can obviously talk about it if you are interested as a follow-up meeting. This is one of the example to my previous point. Pass extension. It is called Warehouse 360. It's a light warehouse management application where, from handheld device, you can scan, the items and run the, varieties of inventory transaction. It's very sleek, very easy to implement, completely integrated with Oracle Cloud application, um, and not expensive. So the idea is two, right? One is obviously Mastek has experience creating a lot of pass extensions. Secondly, on cloud, if you want to deploy customization, you want to deploy your applications which work with EBS today, you can do all of that. And this application is registered on Oracle Marketplace. So it's like Oracle's Apple Store, where partner could upload their application. Oracle does a lot of due diligence, a lot of review. So Warehouse 360 and some of other applications are registered on Oracle Marketplace. With that, Rick, over to you.
Sure. Thank you very much for that. So, the topic of this webinar is why are companies moving to cloud? And I think our lessons learned help to understand more about why customers may be doing that. But I wanted to cover a bit more of that because understanding that this is going to be a transformation of your business and optimizing your business. This is what we're going to show through these assessments. So, and this is why it's important to get one of these assessments done by either us or another partner that has that proprietary technology to help them to do this. Because you need to understand, why you need to move to cloud. Yes, it's going to be one data structure, one data model. You're going to get rid of the infrastructure costs, but you're going to have security on every layer, and you'll be able to modernize and simplify your security processes. The time to value is much easier and simpler updates. EBS, they provided technology upgrades. They occasionally would provide some enhancements to functionality, but they relied on you for customizations for that. You get customizations on a quarterly basis from Oracle through Oracle Fusion Cloud. And I can hand over heart say the same system for ERP and EPM that we looked at 4 years ago, 5 years ago, has changed dramatically with enhancements that have come out significantly. As a matter of fact, there was one particular customer that put the project on hold because they were in the hospitality business, and this happened during COVID. And they've come about now, and we had one customization for their business that was around project management of their hotels, and the enhancements that were released from Oracle actually got rid of that customization. We don't need to do that because now it's included as part of that functionality. So it's going to be much easier. Embedded advanced technology, just a bit about what we talked about. So I think, learning from what we have and learning what the future is around digital assistants, AI, blockchain, and machine learning, a lot of that is embedded into Oracle systems now, and we'll continue to get that investment. So what I'm seeing a lot of customers when they're moving to cloud is understanding they're going to get one system under one data structure with continuous improvement in some of those advanced technologies. Let's go to the next slide. So here's Oracle Cloud versus EBS. Okay, and I think this is a great middle area. This is actually what we provide as part of our assessment too when we go through it. Is we're going to be able to tell you exactly what some of the features you're going to get from Oracle, and then do a comparison by module of what you're going to get in Oracle Cloud, and then show you the benefits that you'll get from in each of those areas. So you're looking at a disjointed UX experience. You're going to get a simple, intuitive, personal UX, and that's going to help the users to interact with it, because going from one screen to the next is going to look exactly the same. So there's not going to be a confusion there. So a lot of these areas, as far as where the benefit goes and where it leads you, are going to be tied to those efficiencies. And part of that assessment we're going to give you is tying these efficiencies. Let's go to the next slide here. And this is application, this is where we talk about adoption and, how it needs to be approached differently from the previous on-premise to cloud. Okay, so your current, you would see in a normal e-business or on-premise implementation where you don't even actually touch the product until you're probably 9 to 12 months into the implementation. Whereas day one with cloud, your users are going to be introduced to the application and start, those people that are going to be part of those HLA sessions are going to start to use it almost immediately. They're going to start to see it. They're going to start that functionality and understand it. So I think that's going to be an important part, and helping you understand how it's approached differently. Okay, I know we're running out of time, and I just wanted to spend a little bit more time talking about who we are, so you understand and qualify a little bit more about who Mastek is, and then also open it up for some more questions. So let's go to the next slide. So Mastek, we're a company that's been around 40 years, and they through an acquisition of Evosys, and that's where myself and Snehal come from. They acquired Evosys, and we've had that Oracle expertise, and Mastek has for well over 17 years now. We've got well over 400 active customers and over 1,500 customers, and about 1,300 of those are Oracle Cloud customers. We are a global company, and we have a global workforce of about 6,000 people. So we're we are a global SI. So if we are looking at implementations that are global, we've been able to have kickoff projects in London when the decisions were made here in the US, and have been able to deploy in all areas of the globe. Next slide. And this is our global footprint of where we're actually able to serve customers in 40 countries. We've gone through rollouts with customers of well over 30 countries in some of the rollouts, and we were able to have a presence on site with most of those countries as well. Next slide. And this is our Oracle practice. So we talked a little bit about it. So we've got well over 1,300 Oracle Cloud customers. One of the things we said is, whether you decide to take your cloud journey today, tomorrow, 3 years from now, make sure you're working with a system integrator that has experience in it. And we've got loads of referenceability. You can see how many in each of the modules, technology pillars that we have. So 300 customers in ERP, 900 in HCM, 170 in EPM. And we won numerous awards from Oracle as Global Partner of the Year for HCM and ERP. And the New Forest Everest report actually names us as one of the top global partners globally, and that's for the type 5 partners globally. And next to that, you see the Gartner slide, and they classified us as a niche player, but we've been classified that because we're Oracle only in back office implementations. So, you know, there are over 25,000 Oracle partners out there. This is the list of the top 19 that Gartner has selected. And within the Oracle only partners, we are number 1. Next slide. So here's a small list of our customers in globally that we've taken from EBS to cloud. So Proactive, you might see their commercials late at night for skincare. Now they've been purchased by a few companies now, and they've changed their name a couple of times, but their product name still remains the same. Tektronix, that's a high-tech manufacturer in the Oregon area. And there's numerous others here. We've got the Arch Rock, we've got American Diabetes Association. Happy to introduce you to these customers as a reference or to talk through how they went through. Proactive was a great one. They were e-business. They were going through a demerger. They had to be off their systems of EBS in 9 months. And we helped them to achieve that, and they're fully referenceable. Next slide. So that is our presentation for today. We do have a assessment that we can bring up and cover for maybe the next few minutes, because I think it's important to understand that what this assessment is that we've been talking about. So we're just going to quickly just cover it off. This is an actual customer we did an assessment for. I'll turn it over to you, Snehal, to walk us through that.
Absolutely, absolutely. So this is the structure information we have extracted, and you know, the example I gave earlier, we give a lot of recommendations, the volume of transactions, you know, all masters, so and so forth, which helps us to, you know, gauge, you know, how easy, difficult the migration would be, transaction analysis, custom object summary, customization detail. From this information, we could recommend. And again, this is initial, right? Free of cost. We are not spending a single minute with your business or IT. But still, you know, we we at least have, you know, our initial recommendation and opinion about your transformation journey. We also give a lot of recommendations on processes. So, you know, intercompany transaction. So the transaction or features, you know, you are using heavily, you know, we try and get that information, uh, put our observation and also give recommendation. We also give a lot of analysis about features module wise. So, you know, how many features you are using today in EBS, what more you will get on Oracle Cloud application. And this is very, very detailed, very detailed. So this is a glimpse. Idea is we would not just extract technical information, but we will bring lot of value in terms of how you can kick off your transformation, how you can plan the roadmap.
And if we can go back to that to the previous slide that showed the comparisons between EBS and Fusion. We go through this with every module, so you can see what EBS has and then what the enhanced processes you'll get with cloud. What I have found with customers is these enhanced processes they were not able to get through EBS. They may have identified another software that they're using to integrate to eBusiness to achieve this, or worse yet, not integrated. So they do extractions and use that. Now, with the enhanced processes you'll get in cloud, I've seen customers build a whole business case just on cost savings associated with retiring applications that they were using to cover what is native now in cloud. So I think that's one of the a nice little takeaway that you'll get from this as well. All right, so I think we just have a few more minutes. This is, again, high level. As a next step with some of the people on the phone, if you'd like us to do a more in-depth and presentation and discuss a little bit more about your particular situation, we're happy to get on a call. We're happy to talk more about this assessment and what that engagement would look like. But we'll open it up to any other questions that you may have. I think we've answered most of the questions that were outstanding in the Q&A. Okay. All right. Well, again, I want to thank everyone for joining us today. I hope you were able to gain a lot of information that you hadn't have previous, and we'll be sharing this deck with you so you can reference it in the future, and it'll also have our contact details should you want to get in touch with us as well. Any closing comments from yourself, Sahel?
No, you know, my only recommendation is it is a great way to start with assessment. I have seen a lot of my customers in past doing assessment, creating a very strong roadmap. So please reach out to us. We would be more than happy to get you the assessment tool and deliver a nice detailed report for you.
Thank you all very much for your time today. I hope you have a great new year, and hopefully we'll be in touch and talking to you soon. Thank you all.
Thank you.